Hello there, everyone, and welcome to the Overcast. I am your host, Justin, aka Oversoul, and I am joined today by one co host, Willie Nelson. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Willie Nicholas. I'm sorry. No,
What's up, guys?
Nelson Ludlow. I'm sorry, it's Nick.
What's up?
And just like the last episode I did one on one with Brooksy, this episode is also video recorded. We did the trial runs in one on one episodes because I figured that would be easier uh, to see how things turn out. So far, so good, and I think now I haven't decided yet whether or not our next all three of us episode will also be video, or if we're gonna hold off on fully dedicating to that until later in the year. But this has been so far so good, so maybe we'll see.
Oh yeah.
um, but anyways, as is usually the case with just two people, this will just be another laid back episode for the most part. We do have a topic though, more or less. It's a sort of topic. It's just for fun, we're being completely facetious here, but in quote unquote honor of the recent quote unquote holiday 420, we're going to talk about stoner movies, basically, like stoner comedies. It's
There's one that I really need to talk about and regret buying at
Oh,
this
regret
point.
regret buying. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cuz I was going to say for this topic I kind of figured that you would probably have a lot to say about Jay and Silent Bob or Clerks.
Yeah, buddy.
So so disclaimer here, right? Just, for federally legal purposes, I have to say this. Um this is not a direct endorsement of the marijuana or a nor is it a condemnment of either. But and this is not a direct admission of consumption in any particular fashion. I'll let you decide whether or not you think we do, but the it's not illegal to talk about movies. So that's what we're
No.
doing. It's just we're staying on theme, we do Christmas, Valentine's Day, Halloween, so why the fuck not? You know what I mean? Plus honestly, I'm just like I'm so burnt out recently and I wanted to do something easy and stupid and I'm just I couldn't think of
Hell
anything
yeah.
else. Um I just did some very like two complex episodes back to back with Brooksy that I really had to put thought into. This one I don't have to put as much thought into.
Yeah.
Next month we'll be having some thinkers though. We got a lot of great ideas coming up, including an episode all about AI, an episode about media with like political leaning messages like BioShock or Handmaid's Tale, for example.
Oh, and we'll have a
Um
guest for that one too.
yeah. And we got a Resident Evil Requiem spoiler cast and an episode based off of a the Greg Miller podcast. I forgot the fucking name of it now. The one that Brooksy listens to. Um but we're going to do this thing where we like use five video games to describe each other, and I basically already gave them a cheat sheet for mine. So um when I did those about me video games things.
Yeah.
But so we got some thinkers coming up. So like I said, this will just be a laid back, easygoing episode. Plus, like I said, I haven't been up to much lately because it's just been work. Work has been burning me out. But you weren't here for the last episode. You've had some stuff going
No.
on.
Yeah.
Um,
I I had a lot of stuff going on, guys.
I'd love to hear what you've been up to lately since the last
Dude.
time you've been on the show, which has been like probably what 3 weeks now, 4 weeks.
Yeah. So, we had the end of hockey season happen, for the Iowa Wild. I bought this hoodie. It wasn't I didn't have tickets for the very last game of the season because that was also night 1 of WrestleMania.
Mm.
So obviously WrestleMania took priority because, 3 guys, 1 ring is a thing now.
Oh yeah, do you want to update
Um,
the audience on that?
yeah, so the
There's a
real
change.
quick update while I'm at it. We have transitioned from Nick and Joe's wrestling recaps to 3 guys, 1 ring, and the reason it's 3 guys, 1 ring, I have introduced a third host. He's a dear friend of mine, Will. Could could not be more happy to have him as a part of the podcast. That being said,
We're also going to be migrating the wrestling show to its own podcast feed now. So for those of you
yes,
for those of you who have reached out to me directly to tell me that you don't care about the wrestling stuff, good news, it won't be in the feed for the main show anymore. It'll have its own feed now because I'm sure there are people who listen to that don't care about this show.
yeah,
So,
no, that yeah, we the 3 guys, 1 ring will be in its own feed uh in the near future.
but both will still be uploaded on YouTube and in our new, especially because the rebranding is going to be from Oversoul Gaming to Oversoul and Friends, and
Yes.
it's going to be. I'm still like the mascot of the channel, but it's going to be more of a collaborative thing now, where it's a multi-person channel, multiple projects, different people doing different things, kind of like Second Wind, you know.
Yes.
But continue.
So, I got it was the 17th. So Friday the 17th, it was the Iowa Wild versus the Manitoba Moose. I believe it
Okay.
was Manitoba.
Okay.
But I ended up buying this hoodie.
Nice.
It was fan appreciation weekend. They had major sales going on, and this hoodie was it was actually a player worn hoodie. They had an entire rack of them, different designs. This was worn by Caden Bankier during the 2024-2025 season, and I only paid $40 for it.
Not bad.
Uh, Another thing that I've been up to since I've been gone, uh, April 10th, Sarah and I went to a little place in West Des Moines called the Funny Bone Comedy Club. And we went to an adults only comedy magic show. And I didn't know what to expect going into this. It started out as a like your normal magic show. The what really made it adults only was the fact that this guy was foul mouthed. It was the magic of Eric Eaton.
Mm.
He was on a show called uh Masters of Illusion,
Oh, I've heard of that. Okay.
and there's one trick that he did at this show that they've never been able to use on Masters of Illusion
Oh,
for obvious reasons.
it's obvious to you,
I
maybe.
didn't
Not no.
sign an NDA,
Okay.
so I'm about to spill the tea. So you know how most magicians will do like a card trick, like pick a card, you pick a card, and I'll guess your cards.
Mm-hmm.
No, this man had a variety pack of condoms and he handed them out. And he, instead of guessing who had what condom, this was the variety pack. So this was different textures, different shapes.
Right.
Um, he asked questions. He read the person and determined what condom they picked out of the pack.
Hmm.
It was fucking hilarious. It was fantastic. Um, but no, if you ever like ever yeah, no, check if you ever get curious, check him out. His name's the Magic of Eric Eaton. I think you can find him on YouTube. But it was dude, it was a good time.
It sounds like he's got that kind of illusion magic that you can pull off if you are a good people reader. You know,
Yes.
there's that you remember that that South Park episode where they actually went after that guy who was supposed to be like he was like a TV medium or a TV psychic, and he was doing the like, oh, I'm getting like a feeling from the audience. Did someone have a grandma pass away recently? You know, they do that thing, and they're like, oh, I did, and was your grandma's name? You know, it seems like they always get things just right, but they actually show in that episode how they do it, like how they're able to just randomly um come up with this
Kind of
stuff
like that.
by pulling from a list of generic possible answers, you know.
Kind of like that. Was that mind reader that opened up for the main person on the show
A
in
late night with the devil.
late night
Yep.
with the devil. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, remember they had a plant in the audience. That was part of their
Yep.
thing.
That
So,
too. Yeah.
which is another trick that they use a lot.
Yeah.
But what else you been up to?
Um. Oh, dude. Oh, and then April 11th, Saturday, April 11th, the whole reason I wasn't able to be there with you and Brooksy,
Mhm.
I took Willow to the Casey Center for Monster Jam.
Nice.
Dude, it was okay. So while the unicorn monster truck Sparkle Smash wasn't there, they had Sparkle Smash merch.
Okay.
Okay. I asked Willow, I'm like, hey, do you want Sparkle Smash? She goes, I want Gravedigger. I'm like, I can't even be mad. So I got her a little I got her a little die cast almost like kind of like the old hot when they were still branded by Hot Wheels. Uh the little monster trucks, but it was Gravedigger. And then we get up to our seats and like they think during like I think after the races because they had three events. They had the races, the two-wheel trick contest, and then the freestyle contest, which closed out the show.
Okay.
Uh and I think it was between the races and the two-wheel trick contest where she said she had to use the bathroom. So I took her to use the bathroom. She said she was hungry. I'm like, okay. She ate before we left the house, I suppose. Dude, they had cotton candy that had masks that came with them themed after the monster trucks, right?
And all it cost was your soul.
Dude, 22 fucking dollars.
Yeah, I know. It's
Dude,
overpriced carnival
oh my
prices.
god. and of course she wanted Gravedigger. It's a badass looking mask. I'll tell you that.
I mean, at
But
least something came with it that's like a
dude,
permanent souvenir, so it's not like you just spent $22.
right,
It's not like you just spent $22 on Sugar Air. Like,
right,
you know?
dude. It was, dude. What made it worth it was the smile on her face.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what made this worth it. And there were 8 monster trucks there. We had Gravedigger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Megalodon. We had Thunder Rorus, Jurassic Attack, Velociraptor, and Groundbreaker.
Okay.
I think that was the tow truck one. I forget. But dude, oh no. El Toro Loco. El
Okay.
Toro Loco. El
Uh
Toro Loco was there
the Crazy
too.
Bull.
Dude, during the freestyle match, the freestyle contest, he did a beautiful, an absolutely beautiful backflip. It was fan fucking tastic. I Getting to see that in person was really fucking cool. Willow really loved it. She she got really concerned when Gravedigger had an oopsie
Mm.
during the the two-wheel contest, two-wheel trick contest. Um he was backing up on his front two wheels, mind you. Um he was backing up onto the platform and m- went a little too fast, and his body, the body of the monster truck went too far forward and busted out one of his fucking headlights.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I expect some kind of demolition derby level destruction out of this.
Dude, it was so fucking cool. It was, dude, and I found out that because when I got home, I was still awake. It was not yet my bedtime. So I got on YouTube, searched up Monster Jam to see if anybody had taken video. No, Monster Jam has their own YouTube channel where they live stream all of their events, and you can go back and rewatch any previously live streamed event. So what I did last night is I went back and I rewatched the event that Willow and I went to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, dude.
Did you see yourself in the audience?
No. We had higher up seats.
Ah, okay. Nosebleeds, got it.
Yeah, dude, and that was even better. Honestly, we could see everything. It was really,
Fair.
dude. It was awesome. It
Like,
was so fucking cool.
well, and stuff like that usually has like for people in the higher seats like a big like a TV screen with what's
Oh yeah,
happening
no,
on it too.
they always have the the video board.
Yes, yeah,
They even have that during the hockey games.
right. And what you see on that
But
screen is usually what people on the TV see.
yeah, but I actually, so in the time span that I've been away, I saw the Super Mario Galaxy movie not once, but twice.
I was gonna say you
Um,
actually saw that before the last episode we did together, but we had a dedicated media corner for Undertone in that episode, so you
yes.
didn't. But now's your chance to talk about it.
I saw it not once but twice uh over the last month, because I mean, it came out on the 1st. I saw it for the first time on April 2nd. I missed one. I don't think that it was too important because now that I now that I went back and because I went to go see it Wednesday night.
Okay.
Um this past Wednesday night, so it's a little bit more fresh on my mind. Um for the purpose of a media corner entry.
Okay.
Um
That's dedication.
and dude, I'm telling you, I used a movie credit for it too.
I mean, fair enough. It's crazy because I
So all I
listen to
had to
people say stuff like that. Like, it's not just you. Like Dead Meat. When I listen to them talk about movies, they'll be like, "Yeah, we watched this twice, and the second time we took a notebook with us and tried to take notes in the dark ass theater." Like,
I didn't go that far.
well, they do because they're professionals, but
Fair. Okay, that's fair.
and
Okay.
they're Hollywood insiders, so it's like
Yeah. I will say Glenn Powell as
Star Fox.
as Fox McCloud.
Yes, Fox
He's a
McCloud. Yeah,
very, very energetic, very likable character.
good to know.
Honest from the poster, from the poster, I did not get the more so he looks more of like a serious character on the poster. In the movie, he's more cartoony.
Which is interesting because I do think Fox is usually more of a serious character, but
Dude, I mean it worked because it's Glenn Powell. And I don't know why it worked, but it did. But I'm telling you, dude, this I don't know if you've watched any or listened to any spoiler-free reviews or if you've seen it yourself.
I haven't seen it, but I did watch the pitch meeting for it because I figured a movie like this, how much
Oh,
can they really spoil for me? And from what I understand, it's basically just references the movie,
dude,
or
it's yeah.
as
It's
some people have
all
called it,
dude, there is a story there. There is a story there,
but barely from what I understand.
but
It also
overshadowed by the amount of Easter eggs that they throw at you left and right.
Yeah,
And I'm
I've heard
fucking
this
here for it.
I've heard this called "Things Happen" the movie. It's just
That is
kind
an
of
understatement.
there's no really coherent thread for the plot. Like from one thing, it's just kind of like 1 minute they're here and the next minute they're there, and
Yeah, no,
a bunch
dude.
of bouncy goopy shit happens in between. Like it's
Dude,
I heard Rosalina gets kind of shafted in this movie. She's supposed to be one of the
yes.
main characters and she gets like 10 minutes of screen time.
Dude. Yeah, no, if you're going to see this movie for Princess Rosalina, don't get your hopes up.
That's
She
unfortunate.
barely, dude. When you see the movie and you know the story that's there,
I have to imagine
it
it's about as
no. So
nonsensical as
no,
any
no.
Mario game. So in terms
It
of story,
the story that's there, the amount of screen time Princess Rosalina has makes sense.
okay.
That is all I will say.
I just I from what I understand, it's very like kind of like it sounds like the first movie had a much more traditional plot, like fish out of water story.
Yes.
The whole
Mm,
isekai thing. This one just feels like they cared more about squeezing in as many references they could than actually making a coherent narrative.
uh, Yeah.
Because
I,
it seems like the Bowser Jr. stuff doesn't even tie into the Rosalina stuff in a meaningful way that much.
it does actually.
Oh, it does. Okay.
It does.
Or was it no, what I heard is that it's very like Bowser's character motivations in this movie don't make sense him because he's very predictable. His
Yeah.
actions are very predictable.
Oh, there's a very, very big surprise, um, in this that is very, very much spoiler territory, so I will not mention it, but you are in for a fucking treat.
I mean, I think it's
Um,
still going to be a fun visual watch for sure. I want to
dude,
see
it
it.
is. It really is. This movie has 2 credit scenes, a mid and a post credit scene.
I did know about that.
The the mid credit scene is just for laughs. The post-credit scene is the one that is where your story continuity is gonna be. There is a major character that they bring in, but again, spoiler territory,
Yeah,
I will not say.
I know who it is and I'm
Do you now?
yeah, and it's very reminiscent of the post-credit scene of Sonic 3 in terms of the character they brought in.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way though, but
No, definitely not.
let's just
I
say
full
Luigi'll have a potential love interest now too.
yes. So
It just makes me wonder
I
if they're ever gonna bring Wario in
dude, I know.
Waluigi.
The next one needs to be, an Odyssey needs to be Odyssey.
You know who should voice Wario?
Who?
Danny DeVito.
You know what? That I'd be fucking here for that.
Absolutely, right?
I'd be fucking here for that. All I'd be able to hear is Frank from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Still though, seems almost perfect, honestly.
Hell yeah. Dude, man, dude, because I own it, I own the first one on Blu-ray as a Christmas present from you. Thank you.
Yep.
Um, I when it eventually hits shelves, I'm just gonna go and buy a physical copy of the normal Blu-ray. But I will okay, so I will say the Steelbook edition that they have up for pre-order for this, which is a Walmart exclusive. The pre-order the Steelbook is essentially the storybook that Rosalina reads to the Lumas in the movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was cool. I'm like, mm,
You know where I think they should go next? I like
where's that?
the only thing that logically makes sense for me in terms of adaptation moving forward
Yeah.
is Super Mario Odyssey, which in my opinion is the best 3D Mario game, the one for Nintendo Switch. That's the one where he throws his hat and the hat goes on things and then he becomes that thing. Um
Okay.
it's really cool. Like that's one if you've never played Odyssey, that's the one to play,
Oh, dude,
honestly.
yeah, no,
I think
Odyssey is the way to go. I want to play Super Mario Odyssey.
because they can't do Sunshine now because they already implemented Sunshine's plot into the Galaxy movie with the Bowser Jr. thing and
Yeah,
the whole Dark Mario thing that he can turn into.
yeah,
They already did that. That was from Sunshine.
yeah.
Um so Odyssey to me sounds like the next logical step. I think is where they'd like
Oh,
to go.
abso-fucking-lutely.
And then they could introduce Paulina. Dude, there's this part in Super Mario Odyssey that's really fun where you help this lady named Paulina. She's a newer Mario character. Build a band. You go around finding the people with the different instruments, and then as she's performing the song with lyrics and everything, and it's like jump up, dun dun dun, and it's like very jazzy and all that, and it's a song all
Yeah.
about Mario. As she's playing the song, Mario merges into the wall and does this whole like old school two, like you're doing this old school 2D Mario thing along the wall of the platform she's singing on as she's
Uh,
singing. It's one of the best parts of the entire game. It's so fucking cool. It like I love that. I love that part. Um
hell yeah.
it's one of those parts that, like, I actually go back and replay just that part every so often because it's so fun. So,
Fuck yeah.
I would that could be done really well in a movie, I think. Like,
Oh, I believe it.
I would like to see them
I'd love to
do that.
I'd love to see it.
But,
But no, if I were to slap a rating on
mhm.
this, 7.5.
I'm surprised that you actually, go low here.
My reasoning is, yes, while I appreciate all of the different Easter eggs, there wasn't there's a story there, but it was overshadowed by with how that there was potential that was wasted.
I also hear that Yoshi's just kinda there to be there. Like, it's not really
Dude, I fucking love
Did you know he
Yoshi.
was voiced by Donald Glover?
He did. I could definitely hear it.
That's fucking crazy. Well, I couldn't hear it because to me they said that he was just doing like a solid Yoshi impression, like you're like how Keegan Michael Key does for Toad. They're the only two that they're the only two that actually go out of their way to sound like the characters. Honestly, I
Yeah.
mean, okay, Charlie Day does kind of sound like Luigi naturally, so I can't wrong that one. But why is it so hard for Chris Pratt to just do a Mario impression? Why is he insisting on doing his own voice? How hard is it to be like, "It's a me, Mario," you know? Like just put the accent on it for fuck's sake.
That he's trying too hard to be the Mario from the 1993 live action.
Yeah, he's definitely giving more Bob Hoskins than yeah. But like, but that it sounds like he's going more for like a New York Italian accent rather than
Yeah,
actually Mario, you know.
that
And it's like
somehow his version got approved by the studio.
honestly, he's the only casting in the entire Mario movies that I'm not fully on board with, and he's the main character. Like it works well enough to get through the movie, but everyone else just actually sounds kind of like I'm even on board as Jack Black being Bowser without a growl. I don't know,
Dude,
somehow it just
Jack
works.
Black as Bowser fucking
Didn't
works.
he also play Bowser Jr.? Or
No.
okay. I thought maybe they were just doing like a different um but no, like yeah, for Mario, it's like Chris Pratt was perfect as the main character in the Lego movie because he was supposed to be a generic every guy, and he's got that generic every guy voice,
Yeah.
but it doesn't work for everything, you know.
No.
And
Definitely not.
Mario's not a generic every guy. He's a very specific character,
That.
you know. And like for fuck's sake, I can do a Mario voice, so why?
Let's go.
Yeah, everybody can do a Mario. They could have grabbed anybody off the street and gotten a better performance, honestly, as
Right?
long as they did. Uh,
Would have changed their fucking life.
but then at the same time, you have to consider there might be some people out there not willing to listen to an entire movie worth of Yahoo, you know? So,
Yeah.
you know, "Wah!" oh, that's when he falls in Mario 64.
Yep. But
Anyway,
yeah, no.
is there
It
anything else? Or are you
uh yeah, I want to vent my frustrations with the WWE real quick.
okay?
I have I have y'all are about to oh, I'm gonna fucking crash the fuck out.
I know he
Oh
has
my
I know he has his
god.
own wrestling show, folks, but like this
Mm.
is a pop culture podcast and wrestling is part of pop culture, so it's still going to come up just like
Mm.
everything else.
You know, there's a reason I've got Bray Wyatt side plates in this fucking title belt.
I know what he's about to say, and
They
this is
just
trust
released
this is big enough.
over
This is big enough
what
for the
they
main show.
just released over 20 superstars. The 5 that I'm most upset about is the entirety of the Wyatt Six, which is essentially a tribute to the legacy of Bray Wyatt. Releasing this faction is a slap in the fucking face to Bray Wyatt,
Oh, I believe it.
who is under a legacy contract, mind you. His family, his widow, and his kids are being taken care of by the WWE. You know what? I just went and looked to see if I could find the Bray Wyatt Becoming Immortal documentary on Peacock. It's no longer there. Is it over on Netflix? No, it's not because it was a Peacock original.
Damn.
It's very hard for me to be a fan of the WWE right now because they are trying so fucking hard to erase Bray Wyatt from history.
That's fucked
They
up.
promised they promised a Hall of Fame induction, a video game cover. Did they ever deliver on that? No. The best they could do was make the Wyatt 6 a pre-order bonus for WWE 2K25. While I appreciate that as a massive Bray Wyatt fan, I have a replica of his mask that he wore when he portrayed the Fiend.
Nice.
I think it's fair to say I have a right to have these opinions, have this outburst, this crash out. All Bo Dallas, sorry, Taylor Rotunda wanted to accomplish was continue his brother's legacy. They put the Wyatt Six in these bullshit storylines that didn't make any fucking sense. I guarantee you they did that shit on purpose. Like the last rivalry that they had was against Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns' cousin, and his goons.
I'd be frustrated too in this case. It sounds like
It's
they're shitting on the legacy of a beloved dead man.
you do and he was the most creative mind in the WWE. His with they barely scratched the surface on how on the creative ideas that were on that Bray Wyatt had to bring to the table. He died at the age of at the young age of 36.
I mean, that's how old I am currently. Like that's
Same. Same.
some existentialism there.
Yeah, you're right. At the end of the day, wrestling is subjective.
as is all forms of art.
But when you can really connect with a certain character the way I did with Bray Wyatt, it's disheartening and disappointing when news like this breaks.
I actually have a jet.
But it
Oh,
wasn't the WWE that made this call. No,
really?
it was the parent company, TKO. And do you
Oh,
know who's on the board of directors
who?
for TKO? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
So you're saying that man had a direct uh
Yes.
impact on this?
Do you know whose cousin he is?
Who?
Solo Sikoa,
Uh,
the last rivals of the Wyatt Six. I
hmm.
guarantee you the shit was done on fucking
Yeah, this
purpose.
feels unethical, like insider
This
trading.
feels personal. It's sorry.
No,
No, I'm so what's going on with you, buddy?
okay. Yeah, I was. I figured we were there. I figured we were there. Now that you got that off your chest.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So for me, it's mostly just been for some reason, business has picked up a lot lately at work. Well, I say for some reason, but I know what it is because we've got 2 for $7 ham melts, 2 for $7 fish, $7 box meals, $10 box meals. The pulled pork is back. And also burgers have suddenly spiked in popularity. It's probably because people know we're getting rid of them eventually. Um,
Probably, yeah.
so I don't know what it is, but since like not this past Wednesday, but the one before, we've just been bombarded. And I work on the food line mostly by myself. So it's been trying.
Oh, fuck.
I do pref-
I would have quit a long time ago, bro.
I, I,
I don't
I,
have patience for that.
well, that and the alarm that goes off whenever a new order comes in would have driven you nuts too.
Dude, you know it.
It drives me nuts, and I'm somehow able to handle it. It helps very much that as an accessibility accommodation, I'm allowed to wear an earbud and listen to music or podcasts while I'm working. So,
Yeah,
um disability accommodation is what I meant.
yeah,
But so that helps. But it is I've gotten into this. I do that being said, I do prefer to work by myself on the line because quite frankly, more often than not, other people just get in my way. I have a certain way of doing
yeah,
things back there. I like to make it my own. And at this point, I'm in full control of it. There is like one, maybe two people that work there that I can work perfectly in sync with on the line, like without even having to conversate. We're just on the same level. Other people
yeah.
other people, either they can't keep up with me or they are or they clash with me in terms of trying to take control of the whole line, and we just get in each other's way, because we're like they don't know
Fair.
how to stay on their side. So they're like yeah, and we're just like walking over each other and working around each other, and it's better if you're going to do that one person does one side and the other person does the other side.
That, yeah.
Um so it's just been like and we had an AOR recently, so, like, the managers were, like, freaking out about everything's gotta be, like, pristine with the cleaning, and it was this whole, like, we're moving shit out and getting behind it and everything, like, the big stuff that we don't usually move, so everything is, like
I hated doing that when I worked at
right,
McDonald's.
because you're trying to do
Oh, it
that.
was so
Well, not only that, but you're
gross.
trying to do that on top of making these orders, and then obviously since all this big shit's pulled out and all clustered, everything's like claustrophobic and tight, and people are getting in each other's way, and it's the managers are stressed out because the big people are coming. It's just a fucking mess.
That's
I
bro.
fucking despise American capitalism. It is the worst.
You're right.
That is why we have a system where managers basically become bullies because the people above them bully them, and then they bully their employees in turn. It's fucking terrible. um, not saying that any of our managers are, but I am saying that some people are not very good at not taking their shit out on the wrong people. You know what I mean? Especially people in managerial positions. They love to take shit out on people that didn't do anything.
Huh?
You know,
Yeah,
it's projected frustration is what it is.
it is.
It's like someone yelled at me, so now I have to yell at someone else, you know? And it's definitely it's always the people at the bottom of the chain getting the worst of it when they're the ones that can barely afford to pay their bills. And the people at the top, they're like, "Oh no, if I have to eat this cost, then I'll only have one Tesla instead of two. Fuck you." I don't you know. Like you chose to own a business, you eat the cost. All right. Stop cutting the hours and shit of the people, you know, at the bottom of the chain. They can't even afford to pay their bills while you're sitting up there fancy ass eating caviar on your yacht. Fuck you. like
That.
they think eat the rich is a joke. It's not a joke. I'm gonna fucking
No.
chow down on those motherfuckers one of these days. I'm telling you.
Th
Uh,
that. You can go full Hannibal Lecter on their asses.
oh no, but seriously. But anyways, those work frustrations aside, all that being said, I've mostly just been trying to I've gotten way ahead of schedule on pumping out let's plays on YouTube thanks to being able to record some of them no cam like directly off the PS5, so that's perfect. So I've been able to just kind of take it easy past couple of days. I haven't had any editing to do, and until we started recording this tonight, I had no future editing to do. So I've been able to kind of sit back and relax and just enjoy things. I recently finished the entire fourth season of Invincible, and I'm keeping up in real time with The Boys, so I'm all caught up on the new season of that. Um,
Nice.
uh,
How is it so far?
both have been pretty good so far. The Boys is definitely you can definitely tell that they're trying not to blow their budget too much in the early episodes here. There is some special effects and stuff, but a lot of it seems to be more like character driven drama
Yeah.
rather than fast-paced superhero stuff, although there is some of that. And I'm loving the tension between Soldier Boy and Homelander in this season. It's very
Hell yeah.
um
I still need to finish season 2 of
Gen V.
Gen V.
Yes,
Yeah.
because there is some direct correlations in a few of the episodes of the new season of The Boys.
Okay. I
Like
figured as
I don't
much of
know,
like
I don't
I should probably finish that before I even start any of the 5th season of The Boys.
I don't know if I don't remember his name in this show, but the guy who plays Gus in Breaking Bad, I don't know if you've seen his underground bunker in Gen V yet, but it plays a big role in this season. So in one
Ooh.
episode, there is a part where they visit it, and Marie Moreau they name drop Marie Moreau in the season too.
Nice.
So
Okay.
um
Hell yeah. So there is some crossover.
yeah, well, also the virus. The virus is like a huge, like the virus is like the driving plot of this season.
Yeah.
So right now we're at this point where it's like we might need to use this virus to kill Homelander, and
Mhm.
but it will kill all superheroes. And there's a point where there's this whole contention between some of the characters like Huey would lose Starlight and Frenchie would lose Kamiko if they did that.
Yep.
And so, and there's this whole thing about like not all soups are bad. Can we really commit genocide? Does the needs the many outweigh the need of the few? And it's funny because the new season of Invincible, not the new season, but I think next season of Invincible is going to deal with something very similar about having to take out the Viltrumites, which are the main villains of the series, but it also possibly killing the main character Mark, who is the son of a Viltrumite. So it's very similar. For my money, and I know I said this in the last episode, I do think Invincible is better overall, like story writing wise, character wise. When The Boys is done, because this is the final season of The Boys, Invincible is going to still be going for a while. You should definitely jump on that next. I really think.
Hell yeah.
Like, I really think you would like Invincible, not only because it's a cartoon and they can be way more violent because it's a cartoon, but just like the
Yeah.
fucking cast is phenomenal. J.K. Simmons plays the main villain. Well, the main villain of the first couple seasons, but still, it's
Hmm.
it's great shit. Like phenomenal voice cast, great adult humor. It's basically an animated version of The Boys, but it's more personal because this is a story where at least as far as the first season is concerned, Mark is the son of a human and a superhero, and the superhero is an alien from another planet, like Superman, Omni Man. But he's like an evil Superman. He's like supposed to take over Earth and all that. And Mark, learning the truth about his dad, tries to fight him, and it leads to this whole genocide, like genocide level violent fight in downtown Chicago where 2,324 people die violently.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just the first season. So,
God damn.
yeah, so you should definitely, and they do not shy away from the gore in this animated gore. There's intestines, there's blood everywhere. It is
As they should. I mean, have
phenomenal.
you seen Happy Tree Friends?
It is probably that level of violent, if I'm being honest.
Hell yeah.
So, it's
There
definitely worth a watch.
there is one bit of news that dropped today about one of our favorite shows on Prime Video.
Oh,
Has Been Hotel
mhm.
has announced that the 5th season will be the final season.
Okay, so they're doing a 5-season run. Not bad. Good to know. Good to have a plan ahead of time so that you know how you're gonna end it. You know what I mean? Instead of
Exactly, yeah.
just continuing until you die with no ending. Um,
Right.
so that's good to know, especially since that's an actual story-based show and not just episodic. Um,
And season 3 of Hell of a Boss is coming. I believe they're cutting it in half, so it's gonna be part 1, I think, drops sometime fall of 2026, and then, uh, part 2 season 3, part 2 comes sometime in 2027.
okay. Oh, by the way, I just want to put it this way too. Viltrumites are so fucking unbelievably strong, like universe ending OP that one on one Omni Man would easily fuck up Homelander. Like Homelander is
Oh.
dead. 100%. Omni Man is like 10 Homelanders. It is insane.
Yeah,
The
I've
power level.
heard I mean, I've maybe watched 1 or 2 episodes of Invincible.
Yeah, it really takes off about closer to the end of the first season, and after that it's just constant like forward momentum.
Okay.
It is so you have to give it time to develop the characters. There's a lot of characters you got to get to
Yeah,
know.
it's a slow burn. But it's a good slow burn.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even
Okay.
necessarily call it, maybe the first 2 episodes are a slow burn, but literally, I'm pretty sure, like, within episode 2 or 3, there's a scene where Omni-Man murders the entire Guardians, like, that universe's Justice League. Like, it's pretty early into the first season, like, there's a whole fight scene where he just fucking obliterates them violently. Heads explode, shit
Yeah.
like that, so, you don't actually have to wait very long for the shit to take off, if I'm being honest.
No.
But at this point,
Fair.
I would wait for season 5 of The Boys to finish, get that out of the way, and then
Yeah.
once that's done, to fill that violent superhero void, then I would start watching Invincible and then keep up with that
Hell
in
yeah.
real time as it goes. Because
Fair.
season 4 just ended, so now's the perfect time to jump on it because they said they plan on going until like at least season 9. So there's a lot to
Oh,
come.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Bet.
That's their plan anyways. Like, because they're following the comics. They're following the comics almost panel for panel. So,
Well, I also have to restart season 2 of Percy Jackson and the Olympians with Sarah because once hockey season started, it was almost impossible to watch something with her because she find any hockey game, doesn't matter who's playing, she just wants to watch hockey, everything.
hey, I
And
mean,
I'm like, I love the dedication. I love it. I love that she loves it more than me.
Everybody's got their
I
hyper focus, that's for sure.
y yes. Um, but I think as soon as the Stanley Cup finals are over, I'll be able to watch that show with her. Um, and dude,
I've gotten to the point now, I think, where like I've gotten a feel for how you get into things and stuff, and I feel safe recommending certain things to you for sure. And Invincible is one of
yeah,
those things I would bank on because like the thing is, like there are some things that I know I love, but I would never recommend them to you because I don't think you could get through them. And but Invincible is
yeah,
not one of those things. Invincible is the kind of thing that I think once you got through the first couple episodes, you would be fully on board. Um, Especially because it's just an animated The Boys, really.
there,
But
yeah.
because I would look at it this way: think of it like, you know, I didn't steer you wrong with it. Welcome to Dairy, did I?
No, definitely not.
Once you finally got into the meat and potatoes of that, you loved it.
Yeah, hell
I
yeah.
didn't steer you wrong with Black Panther or The Princess and the Frog. You enjoyed both of those, so
Yes.
so hey, I think we're seeing a pattern here. I would be willing to bet money that you would really enjoy Invincible once you really got into it. So that's how
Oh
confident I
yeah.
am.
This another movie that I've watched recently.
What's that?
Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Oh, I was wondering if you had seen that.
Yeah, I it's a
Let's hold off on that one because I do plan on watching it, and I'd like to talk to you about it after the fact because
okay.
I've heard some disappointing things compared to the first one, so I kind of want to.
Mm,
The one thing I do know is that the villain is defeated off screen, which is fucking weird. um, so
yeah.
I'll have to look into it, but
It's on Peacock.
it sounds like just based off your agreements there, it sounds like you might have been a little disappointed yourself. So,
Honestly, I don't play the games, so I didn't know what to be disappointed in and what not to be.
I
I
mean,
had a feeling that something was
as a
off.
movie though, like just as a movie itself, you take the whole video game aspect out of your head and
Yeah,
compared to the first movie,
there were some things that were a little off.
good to know. Um, so I started playing. I think it's actually pronounced Pragmata. I thought it was Pragmata, but when you play the game, they actually say Pragmata in it. So,
Okay.
um, and Pragmata is apparently what the little girl is. It's the type of AI or robot that they call that. I've
Okay.
only gotten like a couple hours in, so I'm not very far in, but I've met Diana, your character. You play as this guy named Hugh, and they go to the moon. The humans have a base set up on the moon because they lost communications with the people that are there, and they're like, "Okay, what happened? We need to send a team to investigate." But you get separated from the rest of your team, and you end up finding this little robot girl named Diana. Well, that's not her name, but that's what you name her. Um,
Mm,
and it's it's interesting because there's a mystery to it because even she doesn't she's one of the only robots that the rogue evil AI that's gone rogue can't control for some reason. And so she's on your side. Most of the enemies you're killing here though are robots that have gone evil.
yeah.
And the way that it works is that she rides on your back and you pull up your gun and you aim at the enemy, and then while you're aiming at the enemy this little square comes up at the top right, and you use the face buttons circle, X, square, and triangle to move. It's a little hacking mini game. You move the square to the green power circle and she hacks the robot, and then you can do more damage to them with your weapons. She weakens them by hacking them, which is really
Okay.
cool. And it sounds complex, but it's actually very easy in execution because the face buttons match the directions that they go. Circle for right, triangle for up, square for left, and X for down, you know?
Okay.
So it's like wherever they are on the controller, that's where it'll go on that hacking screen. So it's actually really intuitive. I think it actually works I was worried about it being like interrupting the flow of combat or being too complicated to pull off while trying to stay alive, but it's not. It really isn't. It's actually very quick. um,
Oh,
there
yeah.
are some optional squares you can hit along the way to like power up your attacks or whatever, but you don't have to. You could just make a beeline straight for the green node and then hack them right away. Um, and it gives you different weapons too. Like there's a shotgun that does more damage. There's a gun that shoots like slow motion bubbles that make the robots move slower so you can hit
Mm,
them easier. And you run out of ammo for those and you can find more, but your regular gun basically has your pistol has unlimited ammo. It does 6
okay.
shots at a time and reloads, but it's basically unlimited. Um it's definitely a story focused game, so if you play on casual, it's pretty easy. And what's cool is when you go to a level, um because you are kind of limited on healing items, but there's these spots, these hatches, escape hatches they call them, where you find halfway through the level like a checkpoint, and you can use the escape hatch to go back to your base to do like healing and upgrades and stuff like that. And when you come back, you'll pick up right where you left off in the level you left. All the enemies will have respawned, but if you did like upgrades and stuff back at your base, you'll be stronger. And you can like upgrade things like you can upgrade your health, you can upgrade your weapon strength, you can upgrade Diana's hacking, stuff like that. And it's upgrading is super easy because you just find these little yellow cubes laying around in the environment while you're exploring. You pick them up, take them back to your home base, and then you just choose what upgrade you want with them as long as you have enough. Like an upgrade might cost 2 yellow cubes, for example. That's it's all very streamlined, very easy, very idiot-friendly gameplay, honestly.
Oh,
It
yeah.
sounds more complicated in words than it actually is in execution. It actually plays very smooth. I would definitely give the demo a try. The demo will only show you the combat, but it'll give you a very bare bones idea of what to expect from it, you know?
This game is on my roster for our little fantasy video game league thing.
This game has strong potential of being the official game of the year this year, and I would if it wasn't for GTA 6 coming out later, I would almost be willing to bet that it would be the guaranteed winner. Yeah, but yeah, so far so good with Pragmata. The other new game I've been playing is, Mouse PI for Hire, which
I've heard a lot about this.
so this game, gameplay wise, it's a boomer shooter, kind of like Doom. It's like
Oh,
very like fast paced, running around shooting enemies thing. But
mhm.
s-
Interesting choice of words. Boomer
that's
shooter?
what they're called. That's the official genre name.
Interesting.
Yeah. Um, I used to call them arena shooters, but I guess that's not the actual term. But that's what Doom is. Like classic old school Doom is considered a boomer shooter, and this is very reminiscent of that.
Okay.
Um, that's what it is mostly gameplay wise, but story wise, it's a classic noir detective story where you actually are like following leads, going after missing people, and all these things are tying together. There's conspiracies, there's crooked, corrupt cops, there's uh, people in the slums are going missing, there's a missing magician, there's a murder, and all this stuff ties together nicely eventually down the line.
Mm.
So basically you go to a level and you run around, you shoot the enemies and you find clues that you can pick up. Not some of them are optional, some of them are part of the story. And then you go back to your detective agency and you start putting the clues on the board. And every time you go back, the story moves forward. Someone will come to visit you. They'll have a new piece of information, a new case for you, and you go out to another level, and it's kind of rinse and repeat. It's a very A to B progression system. Go out to the level, beat the level, come back, go out to the next level, beat that level, come back. It's very straightforward, and you can upgrade your stuff eventually. You can upgrade your weapons to make them stronger. The whole thing is done in black and white. Troy Baker voices the main character, and he's got that noir style voice to him, like he actually sounds like an old school
Nice.
detective. He's doing the voice acting in this is phenomenal. They're doing a great job. It's based
No, who better than to do it than Troy Baker.
And having him as the main voice actor does kind of scratch a bit of a BioShock itch too. There is a little bit of a BioShock vibe to this game as well.
Really?
Yeah, and they're not afraid to get cartoony, violent with it. I know it's all black and white and silly slapstick stuff, and it's based on a Steamboat Willie aesthetic. So all
Yeah.
this is in a world where humans are basically replaced by rodents. They're either mice, rats, or shrews, and they are all different. The main and the most common one you see are mice. You're a mouse. Most people you interact with are mice. But the shrews are the short ones, and they're basically like the lower class in this. Like
Oh, okay.
mice are middle class and shrews are lower class, so they're considered like poor people basically in this. And so there's a lot of there's some social commentary there. Especially like there's this one level where you're going around killing a bunch of crooked cops, and like in the backgrounds when you're like looking through the fences and stuff, you see these animations of cops just beating the shit out of shrews for no reason. You
Ye
you know. Um and like I said, they're not too scared of the violence, so, like, ink replaces blood in this because it's in black and white, so, like, you can blow enemies' heads off with the shotgun, their heads will explode, and
Okay.
ink will come spurting out of their neck hole. Um, there is a there is a weapon called a devarnisher, which is basically like the dip in Roger Rabbit, and basically what you're doing
Oh.
is you're basically shooting globs of acid at the enemies. It's like acid for humans, but it's devarnisher, so it's like erasing things. So
Oh, no.
you shoot a glob of acid at the enemy or devarnisher at the enemy, and they start catching on fire, and they're like, ah, ah, and then like all their everything melts away, and it's just a skeleton left, and the skeleton does a little chit 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 chit, and then all the bones fall to the ground. it's
That's fantastic.
it is very cartoony, but like fucked up and violent at the same time.
I
Um,
would say so.
you can also there's barrels you can use to freeze enemies, and they'll free and then you can walk up and hit them, and they'll shatter into a million pieces.
Mm.
Or if you shoot them. And yeah, it is messed up, but like really, really cool. And I love how the environments are all like 3D rendered environments that fit the aesthetic, but all of the character models are perfectly hand drawn 2D models, like drawn by real fleshy human hands, not AI generated shit. um like
Yeah.
someone painstakingly went through and actually drew all these characters, and it's fucking beautiful. And it's the old school rubber limbs aesthetic too. So all the characters are like bouncing in place, like they do, you know, and all of your weapons, like your guns and stuff, all of their the barrels of the guns are, like, wiggly and shit too. It
Mhm.
doesn't affect how you aim, it's just they all get that, like, fucking noodle animation, you know what I mean? That rubber hose thing, like old school cartoons. So that's, like, all the characters you see, they're all, like, bouncing in place, they're all fully animated. It's fucking perfect. I love it. Um,
Hell yeah.
honestly, we're not even halfway through the year yet, and I've already got a pretty strong lineup for my top 10 this year.
Yeah, you do.
Mouse PI for Hire, Resident Evil Requiem, Sleep Awake, Pragmata, Reanimal. Um, I'm eating good this year. I don't know about the rest of
Yeah,
you, but
yeah.
for me,
Reanimal was good.
for me personally, I am eating good in video game terms this year.
Hell yeah.
Um, but those are pretty much the only 2 things I've really been playing lately besides just, replaying some nostalgia stuff for the hell of it, um,
Hell yeah.
here and there. I keep meaning to sit down and watch some movies I've been behind on, like, I wanna get around to Zootopia 2 and shit like that, but
That was so fucking
I just
good.
mostly been, like, playing those 2 games and catching up on shows. I've watched the first 2 episodes of season 2 of Daredevil, really good show. A lot of parallels with reality, right now. Wilson Fisk, being the mayor of New York, Kingpin has sent a, anti-vigilante task force out trying to round up all of the vigilantes, like Daredevil, Punisher, Spider-Man, um,
Yeah.
and the way that they treat people, like, because they're not just rounding up vigilantes, they're also rounding up vigilante sympathizers and people who don't have
Uh-huh.
powers, and everybody that they take just straight up disappears. Like they have no idea where they go. The parallels between that and what ICE is doing right now is fucking insane. Like
Oh,
it is like the timing couldn't
woof.
have been more perfect, and what's crazy is it's not like the show was written that way on purpose to parallel it. This is straight from a comic book storyline that happened years ago before all this took
Wow.
place. So, it's just the whole
That says a
life
lot.
imitates art thing, you know? Um,
Yeah.
but it is I'm kinda glad that they're doing it though because, like, the way it's portrayed in there, I hope that it's this kinda social commentary that I like, and because it brings
Yeah.
attention to a real issue, you know? But Wilson Fisk is playing 4D chess. That man is not to be fucked with. He may not have any superpowers, but he is a scary guy. But also, I'm about halfway through season 5 of Stranger Things finally got around to that. Um, I am
Dude,
I'm not done with it yet.
Tales from '85 just started on
I see
Wednesday.
that. I will say I'm not 100% sure how I feel about season 5 yet. I am excited to hear Dead Meat's thoughts down the line and stuff, but like, um,
I haven't listened to their recap yet.
the how do I put this? I don't dislike anything. There's not anything I can necessarily point my finger at and be like, yeah, I hate that so far. But I like at the same time, there's a lot of it I like too, but there are something like for the most part so far, I want to say I'm like 4 episodes in. It's been
Oh, it gets
I was gonna say
better.
it's been very middle ground so far. I will say I guess there is one thing I can point to I don't like, and it's this whole um I don't blame Dustin for being the way he is right now, considering everything that's happened in the last season, but
Yep.
I fucking hate Steve this season for some reason. He is a dick. I don't
Mm.
and it's
Steve is a bit of a more of an asshole than he was in the previous
especially
seasons.
towards Dustin and the whole thing
Yeah.
with him and Jonathan is just so petty. um like there are way more
Yeah.
important things at stake here. That being said though,
Fighting over a girl,
Robin
really?
continues to be my
I
favorite character easily. Like
well, I love Robin. Robin's awesome. My 2 favorite characters are Robin and
yeah,
Dustin.
Rock and Robin. The I'm 100% sure that not the actress herself, maybe the actress, but the character Robin has autism. Like it's coded.
I would
It's
be
coded.
willing to put money on that. Yeah, exactly,
And I
yeah.
think it's a very good representation without drawing too much attention to it. I love natural representation where it's not necessarily put in the spotlight, but it's like, hey, I see myself in this character. You know,
Yeah.
um, and her the actor Maya Hawke, that was anxiety in Inside Out 2 that she voiced her. Oh,
Nice.
you didn't know that?
No, I
You didn't know
didn't.
that anxiety was Robin? Well, to be fair, you saw that
No.
movie before you saw Stranger Things, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yep, same person. Um,
That's awesome.
yeah. So so she's shown she can do voice acting too. Um,
Hell
but
yeah.
so far, not too bad of a season. It's just something feels different about it compared to the first 4 seasons, though, and I can't quite place my finger on what it is. Maybe it's the fact that all the actors are older, still playing kids, makes it a little uncanny. But
Yeah.
I I don't know. There's just I don't want to spoil anything for the audience, but I've definitely gotten to give you an idea where I'm at. I've gotten to the point where the last episode ended with a certain character awakening to their powers.
You're in for a treat. Oh my god. Oh, dude.
So that was yeah, That's interesting. I do like the tension though. I do like, I
Oh,
will say this, Robin's whole thing where she's doing her radio show and she's actually speaking to the others in code in such a way that only they can pick up on it. That shit's super smart. Like
hell
that
yeah.
was really smart. That whole montage where she's like saying that stuff and she's talking about an old singer, but it's all code for them and they're like writing the notes down. I like that. I like that a lot.
Dude, yeah. Hell yeah.
Um,
Um,
but I am curious to
with
see how it all plays out in the end.
oh my god, dude.
I'll probably watch the next episode when we're done here, to be honest. Like,
Dude, you do yourself a favor. It's
I'm on it
the
now.
Tales, the fucking the animated spin-off that they just dropped on Wednesday, the Tales from 85, Stranger Things, the Tales from 85, is actually TVPG. So
Oh yeah, it's a cartoon.
if we was at all interested, I
That's a good
think
starting point for her. I mean,
I
obviously
think
she's too young for the main show because like I literally in the last episode I literally just saw someone get their eyes gouged out with claws like through the back of the
that
head.
yeah.
Like and it
I'm
wasn't subtle either. The dude was crawling and all of a sudden you just see the shit come out the front of his face. I was like,
dude.
you remember this?
No, that shit's fucking tragic.
Yeah, you remember that part. It was when a certain character shows up to the military at the end.
Yep. 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 Yep.
I do, boy, I love when villains kill all the people we don't care about and let every main character live. Gotta love plot armor. Like,
Dude. Oh, I before we move on, since we're on the topic of Stranger Things and it's D&D coded,
mhm.
I think I'm gonna read the recap from the D&D campaign that I'm in.
Oh yeah, I do want to hear how that
Uh,
went.
yes, so okay, let me see. Okay, okay, so we have a Discord server that we do that we have. He puts the recaps in after each session. So this is the start of the campaign. So the title for this chapter is Meteors, Murder, and Missing Memorabilia, a chaotic night on the high road by our special correspondent, Paladin. Travelers are advised to steer clear of an eastern trail this week following a bizarre series of fabric of our reality. Witnesses report a planar collision that deposited a frost-scaled dragonborn and a tinkering scientist into our world,
Hmm.
sparking chain reaction of violence and property damage, falling stars and feline resurrections. The night began with what appeared to be a meteor shower over the Paladin Plain. However, a local artificer, Gearspark, quickly discovered the meteors were actually people.
Oh.
The first to land was a soldier known as Ragnar, followed shortly by a smaller, furrier projectile. The hero of the hour, a black tuxedo cat named Nibbler.
Ha.
Yes, Nibbler, I brought Nibbler into the campaign. Reportedly did not survive the high velocity impact. However, in a display of medicinal instincts that some onlookers called miraculous and others called highly experimental, Gearspark successfully brought the feline back from the brink. The duo was last seen tracking trails of mysterious color-shifting ooze, a substance Gearspark describes as scientifically fascinating and probably very sticky. barroom blitz turns fatal. While the scientist and the soldier tracked slime, a different kind of trouble was brewing at a nearby alehouse. Malakar, a local adventurer, reportedly lost his temper during a skirmish with a persistent sprite named Bubbles.
Okay.
Sources say Bubbles and her companion Macy found great amusement in getting under the skin of the brooding Malakar. The prank, however, turned deadly when the bar fight escalated, leaving one local farmer deceased on the tavern floor. The trio was heading east shortly after. Macy in a self-described drunken stupor, and the others presumably following the chaos. The Goon Squad ambush. The two groups converged east of the alehouse just in time to witness a high-stakes heist. The squad of red dragonborns sporting what appeared to be matching away team jerseys launched a brutal assault on Ragnar and Gearspark. The motive? 4 golden hockey pucks valued at a staggering 400 gold pieces. Amidst the fray, a lazy soldier named Dave was discovered hiding in the undergrowth. It is rumored that Dave was the original architect of the theft, though his stealth was quickly compromised by ensuing magical firestorms. We got fire and ice on the front lines. The battle turned legendary when Gearspark coated the battlefield in a 10-foot radius of flammable oil. In a tactical countermove, the Red Dragonborns used their breath weapons to ignite the field, turning the road into a literal ring of fire. Despite the heat, the Red Goon Squad successfully recovered 3 of the 4 golden pucks before making their escape. The inferno was eventually quelled by Ragnar, who used his own icy breath to freeze the flames solid. Current status? The Red Dragonborns remain at large with the stolen gold. Dave is currently assisting the party with their inquiries. The fate of the 4th puck remains unknown. That is the end of session 1.
Oh, nice. How long did that session take total? Because that was a very short recap.
So, we meet every other Tuesday night at a local game store in Ankeny, Iowa, called Atlas Games, and it goes from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., which is when the store closes.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds about right. Yeah, because you can really easily recap something like that. Because I imagine most of that time is given to like rolling dice and making decisions, and
Yes.
So.
But I love that our dungeon master he puts the recap in the Discord server,
so you know what happened so far in your story.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's good stuff.
So, session 2, the Silver Quill. Truth is a luxury few can afford, but gossip is free for everyone. The Lords of Gore and Glory. Dearest gentle readers, it has come to my attention that the High Road has birthed a new set of legends. Though one might smell them arriving long before they were seen, a trio of warriors draped in the visceral finery of the slain Forest King has graced the gilded halls. They do not merely walk, they haunt. The beholder's witness. The one they call Gearspark, a master of metal and mystery, claims to have stared into the many eyes of a beholder and lived. While lesser men would have trembled, he simply took notes. Is he a genius? Or has he looked so deep into the abyss that the abyss gave him a blueprint? One thing is certain, his arrows do not miss, as evidenced by the mural of carnage he left in a cavern just leagues away. The Dragon's Prayer. Then there is Ragnar, a dragon born of such savage elegance that he chose to dispatch a bear with not with steel, but with a kiss of death to the jugular.
Ooh.
Witnesses say he prayed to his god mid-slaughter. Is he a holy man, or is his deity simply a fan of the macabre? Either way, he carries himself with the quiet confidence of a man who knows exactly how many teeth it takes to end a life.
Damn.
The enigma in the shadows. And what of Dave? He moves with the suspicion of a king who fears a coup. He trusts no one, not a portal, not a traveler, not even his own comrades. There are whispers that he is plotting a masterstroke against his own party. Is he a traitor, or is he the only one sane enough to realize who he is traveling with? The Goliath in the garden. Lastly, we must mention Bruce. While the world bled, he was found reclining in the copper tubs, living a life of leisure that would make a duke blush. He is the heavy insurance, a mountain of muscle waiting for a reason to move. The verdict? Do not be fooled by the ragtag label Master Gundren has bestowed upon them. These are not mere mercenaries, they are a storm dressed in bathrobes. If you see them on the street, hide your bears, hide your puppies, and for heaven's sake, pay your bills. Yours truly, the Silver Quill.
Huh.
Dude, I can't wait for our next session, and I really hope my new dice come in before then, because I just ordered a new. I'm slowly but surely becoming a dice goblin.
Nice. Nice. I just remembered, by the way, there was one compliment I wanted to give to Mouse PI for Hire. I forgot to give it. Besides the
Oh,
animation and voice acting and all that,
yeah, yeah.
if you play the game on easy, because there's 3 difficulty options: easy, medium, hard. If you play it on easy, the game is extremely generous with health and armor pickups. Like, it really wants you to finish it. Like, even if
Okay.
you struggle with this type of gameplay, it's a game that's designed to be finished. So I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that a lot,
Yeah.
because I find myself, like, basically running through this game practically invincible with all the armor pickups it gives me. The only time I struggle even a little bit is in the boss battles, which realistically should be where you struggle a little bit, you know. The boss battles,
Yeah.
even on easy boss battles, should still be a little challenging. But yeah, so far so good.
Hell yeah.
So for these last few minutes here for the show, we'll talk about the 420 friendly media real
Yeah.
quickly. I know we've got a few. I just want to say real quick, um, their lyrics get misinterpreted as being drug related a lot, even though they're not. But
Yes.
is Gorillaz is the kind of band where their music is definitely enhanced by by intoxication. I will say that much. They definitely hit a certain vibe that also enhances the experience with their sounds, especially some of their songs like Tomorrow Comes Today is probably one of the best examples, I would think,
Yeah.
for that kind of vibe. Well, their earlier
Kids with
albums.
guns. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, Kids with Guns, that one's pretty. I mean, that one's a little more upbeat for that vibe, but
Ah.
like, oh man, Demon Days was such the entire album of Demon Days. If you listen to it from start to finish, they're basically just taking you through an apocalypse. Like that's
Yeah.
what it is, and I really like it. Um, but have you ever seen Mac and Devin Go to High School? The movie with Wiz, is it Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg? Is that who it is?
It is. It is Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg. I have seen it. Yes.
With the fucking what is it? A talking cartoon joint in that too? Like,
I don't remember. What I remember
okay,
is what looked like what would be an adult-oriented Jim Henson puppet. That's what I remember.
okay, fair enough. I don't, I don't remember there being a puppet though. I could have swore it was like animated.
I honestly, it's been
The
a while,
movie's
and
the movie's not
my de
animated, but it was
in
narrated
my I know.
by a cartoon
In my
character.
in my defense, I only watched it one time,
Fair.
and it's been a while.
No, I mean,
Now
fair enough.
the one movie that I ended up buying and now regret it because I lost a lot of respect for the main protagonist
Mm,
as a person
okay.
because of his association with Logan Paul.
Okay.
Starring Machine Gun Kelly,
Okay. I had a feeling that's where you were
the
going.
stoner flick Good Morning, morning spelled with a U.
Oh, that's really, huh?
Yes,
I didn't realize that that fell under that genre.
it most definitely does. He has an entire shower that when he had by the way, oh my god, I can't believe I'm fucking saying I wish I could unsee MGK's pasty white ass.
Oh, that's
Dude,
fair. Oh.
but with what he has a thing he calls the flower shower, which when it's going, the steam is infused with because he has an entire room behind this fucking shower
Mm,
that it pumps the fucking chemical, the extracts, and it pumps smoke into the shower.
okay, I was gonna say that's not how that works scientifically, but the smoke. Okay, sure.
Oh,
That's not.
dude, and it's so elaborate and so dumb.
But I'm not gonna
I'm
try to
just
put logic to a fucking stoner comedy.
this is MGK we're talking about too.
Um,
Megan Fox was in this too, and I'm like,
um. Honestly, the only thing I think Megan Fox has ever actually been good in is Jennifer's Body, like objectively good.
that.
Other otherwise, like the Transformers movies, I know you love them. She's probably the worst part of them, in my opinion. She
Agreed.
can't fucking
Agreed.
act her way out
She's
of
the
a
eye
paper.
candy.
Yeah, she can't act her way
She's
out of
the
a paper
fucking eye
bag.
candy.
Like, um,
She's the eye candy.
yeah,
But
it's and anyone
oh,
I there's a lot of people out there trying to defend her. No, she's good in those movies. She's actually good at the no, she's bad at acting. You're just horny. That's what it is. Like she's
that
she's
yeah. Fucking gooners.
um
No. The dude, Super Troopers is getting a third movie.
I guess Super Troopers definitely falls under this. Um
Yes, it does.
um I'm trying to save the big one for last because I know you're gonna want to talk about it, but I'm skimming through a few of them here, just to save time. But I don't think you can talk about this thing without bringing up Pineapple Express.
No, definitely not. Yeah.
I hate to bring it up though because James Franco, but like but Seth
Yeah.
Rogen though. Seth Rogen's still cool.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically
Uh
half of the classic Seth Rogen comedies, already just Judd Apatow in anyways, were either alcohol or stoner comedies.
yeah.
Knocked Up,
I would
Super
say
Bad, uh, all that stuff.
Seth MacFarlane's the both Ted movies,
Now I knew we were gonna
The Ted
I
series.
knew we were gonna bring up Ted because that's like kind of a driving force of them. Like it's literally the plot of one of the episodes of season 1 of the show is them discovering weed for the first time. Like, it's up there. It is, and you at this point, I there's no way I'm 100% convinced Seth MacFarlane smokes. He has to.
You know he does.
But he doesn't smoke a lot because he's still got a really good singing voice, so he hasn't destroyed his throat,
That
you know?
right.
Um, but yeah, no, Ted, that stuff is pretty much a driving force in that matter of fact, the first movie has a whole montage over them just like naming different strains of weed that are like
Yeah.
really what was the one that really what was the one that made me laugh? Oh yeah, he said there was he's like let's see, they had the Incredible Hulk, Green Crack, the Crazy Monster, and he said and something called This Is Permanent. That was the one that made me laugh.
My favorite one was the one is "Help me get home."
Help me get home. Yeah, that's a good one. You know what's funny too is I noticed also in the Ted series, one of my favorite things about I forgot to tell you, I actually did finally watch and finish season 2, and it is a huge improvement over season 1, like vastly
Oh, I know,
superior.
dude, I laughed so much harder on season 2 than I did with
I
season
also think
1.
it's just better written stories too. Like they're not, and they're
My favorite episode of the entire season was episode 3, Dungeons and Dealers.
oh yeah, that was a good one. That whole episode is
The guy
literally
from
just
Critical Role was in it.
they're playing D&D with this guy just so they can get some weed. Like that's another weed episode,
Yes.
but you can tell they basically blew their whole season budget on that episode. You know.
Yeah, dude, that all the practical the entire though all those sets were practical sets.
Yep. Yeah. Um but that works for me, but I do like one of my favorite things about those about the season 2 is there's two things and I think that they did different from season 1 that really stands out to me. One is instead of being like a huge driving force for the plot, John and Ted more or less become like the Brian and Stewie of the show where they are kind of there to do comedic commentary over serious issues, you know?
Yes.
Like when Susan throws the baby shower for Blair and she announces she's having an abortion and everything's like awkward silent and then fucking
That
Ted's in the baby bouncer and he's like, "Can I
yes.
have this?" Yeah, like, that is
It's so fucking funny.
like I love that I know that the show is called Ted, but I do think Ted and John work better relegated as comedic commentary tension breaking characters more so than
Yes.
like they definitely
Oh,
like the bit where they like pretend to be repairmen so they can like get the people away from the abortion clinic and all that, that felt so Family Guy cutaway to me. Like
really did.
that was very like Bugs Bunny coded shit that they did right there. Like they
Dude, it was
basically
fucking
they
perfect.
turned John as much into a cartoon character as Ted in this when everyone else is
You
it's like
did.
they're the funny cartoons and everyone else is a serious human. And I love it.
Supposedly, we're supposed to so, apparently, the live action seasons are done. They've cut it off at season 2,
Yeah, because
but we're
season
supposed to be
the
getting
way season 2 ended, the monologue at the end telling you to go
yeah,
watch the movies to see what happens next. Like
yeah.
that was kind of the hint to me,
We're supposed to be getting an animated spin-off series later this year.
which I would be all for. I,
I'm all for it. Like, dude, it's Ted, it's Seth MacFarlane. I'm fucking here for
the
it.
other thing I liked, I wanted to say the other thing I really liked about it was that the that I like these almost improvisational back and forths that Ted and John have where they keep like listing things off until one of them basically wins the funniest joke part of it and they're like, "Oh, that's the one. We'll settle on that one." Like, like they keep going back and forth and some of them were like genuinely fucking hilarious with
Oh my
their
god.
little quick back and forths in those um in those parts.
Dude, I laughed harder than I have in a long time by just dude, I watched the entire season in one night.
Oh, wow, okay, that's saying something. That's
Dude,
saying a lot.
I've like binge, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
the day it dropped, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch the entire fucking season.
But with that being said, though, um, obviously, well, on the note of Ted, by the way, Family Guy's 420 episode. Um,
Bag of weed, a bag of weed. Everything's better with a bag of weed.
yeah, one of their best musical numbers too. An episode where they it felt like they were really pushing for weed legalization until they fucking backpedaled on it later. I was like, which side are you
Yeah.
taking, episode? Cuz like is it is it good or is it not? I can't tell what you're trying to say because everything seems fine until it's like I remember the part where Lois is like, "You got to put a stop to this, Brian. Peter's so baked he can't even set up a cutaway anymore." And then Peter comes in, he's high as fuck, and he's like, "Boy, this is better than the time I no, wait, no, wait. This is worse than the time I whatever. Here's just a list of celebrities I don't like." And then it's just like the celebrity got on the screen. Like uh and I'm like, "What are you trying to say, episode?" Sometimes it feels like they don't have the balls to pick a side. Like,
And then the more recent episode, like the season premiere
"Oh
episode,
yeah."
when Stewie gets into the fucking edibles in the cabinet and actually has for the entire episode, it feels like
Him and he Lois actually
him
understands
and
him.
Lois were able to understand each other it was fucking awesome.
I hate that they fucking backpedaled at the end of it and reset everything to the status quo.
I
Like, I kind of wish
know
they would have
that's
stuck with
fucking
this moving
shitty.
forward, but that's the Family Guy way. Hit the reset button at the end of the episode so we can keep moving forward with the jokes.
Yeah.
That is like it definitely if there's one thing I can say about that show, the beginning of the latest season was really good, but
It was.
as the season has gone, it has slowly declined in quality.
Yeah.
Um I do like the stage play episode though. That one was funny,
Yeah,
uh
it was.
but overall, yeah, kind of like hits and misses. But I will say it one thing is for sure and has been the case with this show for a long time. They no longer know how to, nor do they give a shit about writing an ending to these episodes anymore. They
No.
really just do the most like absurd, blatant, like, well, that's the end, bye type of shit these days.
They're really pushing the envelope with them too.
Like I said before, they literally had an episode where they're like, "We don't have time for this. We're just gonna pull the hasty wrap up lever, and then everything's fine again." Like they really don't give a fuck about anything but telling jokes
No.
now. But
No, dude,
well,
the juggernaut.
yeah, well, we have time. I know you want to talk about these two for sure.
Jay and Silent Bob.
Hell yeah.
Dude, okay. So my favorite Jay and Silent Bob movie, hands down, has got to be Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Because that's where we got the oh, what was it? That little rap that he hit, 15 bucks, little man, put that shit in my hand.
Yes. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then, dude, and the reboot that they did where fucking Jay and Bob have daughters of their own.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
Jay and Silent Bob look like the human versions of Toe Jam and Earl. Like they really do.
Yeah, they fucking
And for
do.
those out there who don't know, Toe Jam and Earl was like an old Sega Genesis Super Nintendo game series.
I
Um,
love Toe Jam and Earl. Yeah, dude. Another really good one that they were in was so specifically, I love the Clerks movies,
mhm.
but I love them specifically in Clerks 2. Reason being is, oh my god, I love
There's like a whole Jay and Silent Bob universe that includes Clerks and Dogma and some other things, I think.
Yeah. Um, there was a scene where Jason Mewes definitely knows how to serve the LGBTQ community. Because when he shit you not opened up the fucking trench coat and had his shit tucked,
Mm.
my goodness.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah,
My goodness.
Jay and Silent Bob are stoner icons. Um,
Yes,
I s- I
abso-fucking-lutely.
suppose we can't talk about this without talking about the Tegrity Farms era of South Park, which was
Yeah.
like it's literally a whole story arc for Randy for like 7 seasons straight. Um, they like just in the last season just ended that arc finally, but it'd been going since like the beginning of the pandemic. Um,
There's a sh
but like for those who don't know, there was a season of South Park. I want to say back in like maybe season I don't know 19, maybe even maybe even earlier, maybe like 17. Where no, it was like season 19, where Randy got tired of everything that was going on, and they decide to move out of South Park, and he goes out and he goes on they move to a farm, and it's like a weed farm and he's like raising weed there, but it ultimately, and they bring Towley back in as a guy, but ultimately it just leads to Randy becoming a fucking asshole. like he takes the shit way too seriously. He becomes a burnout. He like literally destroys other people's property to keep competition down. His family fucking hates it here and he doesn't care how they feel. It is a whole
Streaming Wars episode was a prime example of that.
Yeah, and the streaming wars was like meta commentary on South Park's legal issue between HBO Max and Paramount Plus at the time. That's what
Yeah.
that was about.
Yeah,
um
it was.
but that's like literally, and like Randy literally becomes a Karen, like an actual Karen in all of this. But there was definitely, it definitely seemed like there was a point where Matt and Trey were like on a big weed is funny kick for a minute there, and it coincided perfectly with the time where marijuana was becoming more legalized nationally. Like it was becoming a
Yeah.
more popular thing, like everyone's doing it now,
Yep.
um like people aren't as hiding it as much. Like it's more like common these days. It's still federally criminalized though, so it's not like, but like, hopefully one of these days we'll be past that stupid shit, that prohibition
Yeah.
nonsense. Cuz
Which we might actually be on the brink of that.
you see how well that worked for alcohol. um
Right.
But that was honestly one of my favorite eras of South Park. I even actually have like a replica as a collector's item, a replica of one of the jars that Randy would sell weed in with the Tegrity Farms logo on it.
That's
I
awesome.
have one of those jars. Um
That's awesome.
Little mason jar. And also special shout out to Snoop Dogg. Uh Obviously you can't really talk about this without talking about him. And I do want to say, not a stoner movie per se, but something where the experience I have allegedly is definitely enhanced by partaking. Fantasia.
Okay. Yeah. I
Fan-
could see that.
Fantasia is pro
I could see
I
that.
would say that's very up there in terms of like having the most trippy experience possible to go along with it. From what I've heard,
You
per se.
know, there's a show that I wanna talk about, and there's an artist that I wanna talk about that is that made his name in the music industry by writing a song called "Because I Got High."
Oh, Afro Man, yeah.
Yes, Afro Man. Dude, did you see the fucking stories in the news?
No. Oh, wait, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I
Fucking
did.
he got famous. He no, he
Yeah, he
Made an entire album just trolling his local police department because they broke into his house looking for shit to incriminate him with, but all they found was a lemon pound cake. Lemon pound cake.
and which is funny because all that off of a song from the ancient years, like,
I know, dude. Oh my god. I
admittedly,
was dying.
I know that I said that, like, there are bands like Gorillaz and stuff that are probably enhanced through the experience, but there are some actual artists where some of their songs are literally just about weed. Like, for example,
Yeah.
"Hits from the Bong" from by Cypress Hill. Or, "Jedi Bong Hits"
Jedi
by Team Headkick,
that's a Jedi Bong, that's my team head cake.
which is a song about Star Wars and weed. Like,
Yes.
yeah, so they are definitely there, and then, of course, there's, like, several artists have songs literally just called Mary Jane, and
Yeah.
you know what it's about, like, it's
Yep.
it's not some of them are more subtle, like, the lyrics are metaphorical, but it's still about drugs, but it's like
Dude, can't talk about weed without talking about motherfucking Jelly Roll.
Oh, really?
This
I
dude,
didn't realize
I
he was in that category.
he is. Yeah, no, he smokes.
Okay.
He
There's a
he's
reason there's a reason I called you Willie Nelson at the beginning of this, you know what I mean?
oh,
Like,
I
that
know.
was
I know.
I was on
I saw what you did
I was
there.
on theme.
You were. You were. But no, fuck, dude. Love Jelly Roll to death.
Mhm.
But my brother makes a solid point. He claims to have all this clean time as a a a spokesperson for the recovery community. He's not really practicing what he's preaching.
Fair enough. Well
But
well well, I will say this.
I would love to honestly, hypothetically, if I were a smoker, I would love to sit down and have one with Mr. Jason D. Ford, Mr. Jelly Roll. I think that's on my bucket list.
I so I will say, um, I don't think so for me personally, and I feel like I can say this out loud without fear of any ramifications because I'm not like I'm not trying to hide anything from anyone. And I have a job that neither listens to this nor wouldn't care anyways, but um I don't think weed is a drug. And I that's a hill I'm willing to die on. I
Absolutely.
I don't think that people who have gone sober have ruined it by smoking weed. I do realize that being under the influence of it is not sobriety, but I don't c
No,
I don't consider it. I feel like if weed ruins your sobriety, then so does painkillers, you know?
that.
Um, so, like, over the counter or otherwise, you know what I mean? Like, to me, it is a medicinal herb with more health benefits than ramifications, and ultimately,
Yeah, absolutely.
it is objectively safer than both cigarettes and alcohol, like, scientifically proven.
Yeah,
So, in my opinion, the whole it just needs to be federally decriminalized already and be done with it. There's absolutely
exactly.
no reason for all this pushback, and it needs to be like I don't think that it's one of those things where too like and I'm glad a lot of places of employment have started doing different tests to where they can tell whether or not you are currently on it rather not than whether it's been in your system. So
That.
that to me is important because with it being decriminalized so many places, jobs shouldn't care anymore unless you're fucked up on the job. But what
Exactly.
you do off the clock is none of their fucking business, quite frankly.
No,
Like,
definitely not.
you know, and because if alcohol is okay, if it's okay for people to get fucked up on alcohol off the clock, then it should be okay for them to get fucked up on weed too. That being said, though,
Exactly.
and I have kind of a like middling opinion on mushrooms. It's not the kind of thing I would ever do, but I do see some psychologists say that it is actually helpful, like years of therapy put down to like months. And I do know some people who microdose, and I'm not against it, but hard drugs past that, like cocaine, meth, all that shit is a
Oh,
I feel like if
no.
you're doing that shit, then you've fucked up. You've gone too far. You know,
That.
you know?
Yeah.
Mushrooms is pushing it. Mushrooms is a little iffy, but anything past that is a hard no. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
no,
even wanna
definitely
be
not.
I don't even wanna be around people who do that shit, you know what I mean?
No, that same.
You know? So, that is a good way to ruin your life, is the hard stuff.
Yes.
But to me, in my personal opinion, and I think it's important to put this out there, I mean, this is a podcast for fun, but every once in a while we take a stance on social commentary, and we are all very left-leaning and strongly opinionated people. And my hill I'm dying on is that, one, weed is not a drug, and two, it just needs to be legal everywhere. And it
Yeah,
just
it does.
it's harmless. It's mostly harmless. As long as you're not driving on it, it really shouldn't matter.
Exactly.
So, that being said, though, you said you had one more TV show, was it, you wanted to bring up? I'll let you yeah, we'll
Yes.
let you
It's a sitcom on Netflix called Disjointed.
okay. Oh, it's got joint in the name, that's funny.
And it stars the great Kathy Bates.
Oh!
Dude. She runs a dispensary,
Oh. I guess
and her son is one of her employees.
I'll have to look into that because I guess,
It's good.
I forgot all about
It's
I
hilarious.
actually forgot all about it until just now, and I'm bringing it up real quick, and then we'll wrap up. But have you ever heard of this show that's literally just called Weeds? It is
Yes, I have actually.
starring.
It's an old show. It's an old Showtime show.
Yep, it's starring Mary Louise Parker, and she's just a suburban mom that starts selling weed to make extra money. It's literally it's diet.
I've seen a few episodes.
It's diet Breaking Bad. Like
Yeah,
like it's Breaking Bad for suburban moms. Like it is very
yeah,
I
pretty
mean,
much. That's
the
all it
I've
is.
watched the whole thing start to finish though, and it does get kind of dark at times. Like they get mixed up with the Mexican cartel at one point. And
Oh,
it does so
okay.
the stakes do kind of get up there. And Kevin Nealon is in it as well.
She sure is. He's in the first season.
Yeah, Kevin Nealon. So
Yeah.
it is definitely like I've seen the whole thing because the show ended a long time ago. So
Oh, yeah, no,
I've
absolutely.
seen
Yeah,
the whole
it's
thing start to finish. It's pretty decent. It's like a, for lack of a better term, a gateway drug into Breaking Bad. So, um,
wow.
but honestly though, like Weeds is actually, and I'm making jokes here, but it was actually pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. Like
I haven't watched honestly, I haven't gotten past the first season.
I just remember
I need to finish I need to watch it
it
the whole
does
way
it
through.
does get more intense. I would recommend it. It does get more intense. I wouldn't
Show that I do eventually intend on finishing.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't put it at the top of the priority list or anything, but definitely one of
No,
these days.
definitely not.
I
Yeah.
would put Invincible at the top of the priority list, like,
Yeah.
um, but especially since it's still going. But,
Right.
outside of that though, yeah, I think that'll be a good stopping point. I think, it'd
Yeah.
be a good wrap up. Oh yeah, I just remember the song from the opening of that show. Little boxes on the hilltops. Like that shit's been stuck in my head since forever. Like it's an earworm. That song will forever live rent free in my head.
Hell yeah. It's
Um,
almost as bad as tiptoe through the window, by
kinda,
the window.
kinda. Yeah, Tiny Tim. Um,
Yeah.
that song was also in SpongeBob.
It was wasn't it?
Speaking of, SpongeBob is probably a good smoking cartoon. I'm just gonna put that out there. It's probably it's probably
Yeah,
one of those things. There's a reason a lot of
probably.
adults like it. Um,
Yeah.
at least the older seasons. But all right, well, that'll be it for our goofy little episode that we did here. I hope you all enjoyed it. I know that topic wise, it's not the most appealing to everybody, but we're just having fun here, okay? This isn't some burnout shit. We're just, we're talking about movies. All right, calm down.
Yeah.
Um, but anyways, though, like I said, that'll be it for this episode. If you're watching this on YouTube, remember to smash that like button. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let us know how you're liking the new video format of the podcast so far for those of you who are watching. And if you're on Spotify, you can leave a comment. If you're on Apple, you can leave a rating. You can also email me at podcastoversoul@gmail.com or find me on all the things at Oversoul53 or Oversoul Gaming. You can find Nick on all the things at The Gaming Fiend 1. Thank you to Podserve FM for hosting us, for the free YouTube music library for the music, and to Sarah for behind the scenes help and influence. And as always, thank you all again so much for watching and or listening, and we'll catch you in the next one. Good night, everybody.
Bye.